Hey up, welcome back to the channel. You're watching my channel Pit Motoring TV, your weekly pit stop for everything cars. So, beautiful day out in something that is an absolute luxury cruiser. But I mean, in 2022, is it still worth buying something like this? I mean, I know there's lovers out there still of the big old butch SUVs, big off-roaders. So I just want to say thank you to the lads at the Forge Car Sales at Cloughton for obviously letting me take this out. This is out of one of their stock. I'll pop their details in the description below if you want to go and check out their website, see what they've got, or if you're interested in this. But this week we're going to be taking a look at a 2007 Jeep Commander. Now, it's a big old thing, and Jeep with it has taken it, really thrown it back to like the 70s and 80s with the way they've styled it. Big old boxy old big SUV looking thing. Now in 2022 though, with a big gas guzzling diesel or even the 5.7 litre V8 petrol that they did, is it worth it in 2022? Are the running costs worth it? And obviously with everything making a big old launch down towards sort of electrified vehicles, is there still place in the world for something like this? So that's what we're going to be taking a look at in this video. If that sounds good, keep watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Do new and used car reviews. So let's crack on with the review. Even though on the outside it might look like an old throwback Jeep from like the 70s or 80s, a bit Hummerish in a way, it's still quite modern, obviously, with the alloy wheels, tinted windows, obviously just the cabin. It's a massively roomy cabin. Dash looks modern, nice little bits of wooden trim, black plastics, which are not the best, but I mean from 2007 it's not too bad. Space wise, there's absolutely tons of room. Now it does run on the Quadra drive of Jeeps, which obviously they're renowned for their off-road capabilities. So with this, you know that if you do take it off-road, you're going to be all right. It's going to get you unstuck if you need to. They did release it with two engine options, a 5.7 litre V8 petrol. I know, cool, right? But they soon dropped that because I think it was just a bit too much for the UK, bit too expensive to run. But there is a diesel option available as well, which is what we're in today, and it's the 2.8 V6 turbo diesel. It's a Mercedes engine, so you know it's going to be fairly reliable. Now, economy wise, for a diesel, it's not great. 26 miles to the gallon, I know, but that's not all. 215 horsepower, 470 newton meters of torque, so it's a good old torquey boss, so it's great for towing. But it's the tax that's the killer. £600 a year. Yeah, I didn't say that wrong, I did say it. £600 a year. Just gonna park up and then we can have a look around it, just talk a bit more about it. Now the Commander is a 7-seater, and I love the seats in this, the way that they've designed it. Obviously you have the massive roomy area up front here, but obviously there's enough room for 3 adults in the back with plenty of space. But then in the boot there's 2 seats for the kids, so you can comfortably sit 5 adults and 2 children. But it's the way that they've laid them out and designed them. They're sort of like a theatre style seats. So like the second row sat higher up than these front ones, and then the ones in the boot are sat higher up than those. So everybody gets a good view out the front. The only problem with that is when you've got people in the middle and in the back, it does restrict the view out of the rear a little bit. But you do get parking sensors, so it's not too bad. And the mirrors you get a good view out the mirrors. So while we're parked up, we'll have a look around the front, have a look in the back, have a look around the outside, and then basically see if it's the sort of car that somebody may buy in 2022. So up front, it is really, really roomy and really, really modern. To say it looks quite old-fashioned and classic from the exterior. The dash is nicely laid out. all the controls are nicely together. You've got your cruise control on the steering wheel, so that's really easy to use. You do have a sat nav, but obviously it's an older one, so obviously it is a little bit fiddly and a bit faffy. But it works. You get front and rear parking sensors, which is good, especially with the view out of the rear windscreen being a little bit limited, obviously, especially when you've got passengers in the back. Now, these front seats are fully electric, heated seats, so you do get plenty of kit with it, which is really, really good. Now, it's in the back where the Commander is really, really good, especially for a family car, because you've got loads of room. I mean, this moved back automatically when I got out, to obviously give me plenty of room to get out, and I've still got a fair bit of leg room, and to say there's little sunroofs up here, I've got tons of headroom. The seats are really nice and comfy. You have a really wide middle seat, so it's super easy to get 3 adults in the back here. But that's not all, and this is going to be an absolute killer and deal breaker for parents out there with kids. Now, you know what it's like, I know what it's like. You're on a long journey, the tablets have died, they're bored. What do? What's good to keep them occupied? That's right, just up here. Yeah, DVD player. How cool's that? So you've got your little video entertainment system down here, carry your DVDs with you, comes with a nice little remote that obviously stores away up here too. When they're finished, fold it away like it wasn't even there. Now that is an absolute killer, and it just shows how well equipped the Commander is. So I am actually going to attempt to get back there. So who's ready for that one? I don't think I am. So let's see if this is possible. I think I've done the seat right. So climb in. Seatbelt. Easier for kids, I think it would be. Yeah, let's tool ourselves over there. Right, I'm in. Now, this isn't ideal at all for adults. Perfect for kids. I mean, to be fair, the floor is really high up in the back row here. But you do get a couple of cup holders back here, and you do have the little air vents, which is great. And the 12-volt socket, so you can plug in a little USB adapter, and your kids that's in the third row seats be easily able to charge the tablets and phones and whatever, and they can still have a good view of the DVD screen. So, climbing frame out, we'll have a look around the outside to get back out on road again. I mean, look at it, seriously cool. I mean, I love these bolted on fender extenders, but yeah, I mean, you can see from the styling it goes back to sort of like the early 80s sort of SUVs with the real boxy look, and it's got a bit of a Hummer-esque view to it. But you get your side steps, so it's easy to get in and out. You have a decent sized boot, which is 212 litres with the boot seats up, and obviously you get more when you fold them down. But yeah, good all round, space wise, comfort, everything, cruising, it's fantastic. But in 2022, obviously energy bills are going up, we're heading the way for electrification and things like that. But I know there's people out there that still like this type of car. Now, would you buy one in 2022 though? I mean, these compared to, like, say, the Discovery, they do lose their value. The depreciation is more compared to a Discovery, and obviously running costs are higher. I mean, I know some Discoveries roughly get about 30 plus to gallon. This is only 26, so obviously it's not that fuel efficient to run. Tax wise, it's more expensive than a Discovery. It's over £600 a year, which is a hell of a lot. But is it worth it for the cool factor? I think it kind of would be. I mean, if I could afford it, I'd run one of these. Would you? Let me know in the comments below. So, back out on the road again. But yeah, I mean, as a typical SUV, something this size anyway, it's very wallowy and rolly in the bends. It's a bit like you're driving on jelly. But road holding wise, it's okay, and just cruising around even across these little back roads and obviously little country roads, it's tootling along really, really comfortably. Running costs is the main crippler of a car like this. Now, if you are looking for something, an SUV like this, something that's super practical for the family, that's comfortable to drive, that looks good, and it's obviously got that sort of appeal to it. And obviously if running costs such as the miles per gallon and the road tax isn't something of an issue for you, then I'd definitely take a look at one of these, because I think it's got a different sort of quirk and a different sort of look over the typical Discovery that you see. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do leave a comment down below what you think of the Jeep Commander, or sort of like in this day and age in 2022, if you drive an SUV like this and if you consider owning one. So for now, until next time, see there.